Alright. This game from yesterday evening. Yueyang. Couple DDs on each team. A couple CVs. So it's going to be interesting. CV games are always tough for DDs. At least for me, anyways. So I'm going to accelerate the beginning positioning. One item to note is, I was pretty excited. We had a Minotaur and a Missouri on our flank, the A-cap. Unfortunately, the Minotaur is AFK. So here we are going into the A-cap, which is the rune in any kind of proximity. So the CV did put a fighter over me, which I asked him to do. But this is about the majority of the cooperation I'm going to get on this flank at this point. So I open fire on the Benson, who's spotted by the CV. And the CV leaves. He leaves, and now I'm playing spotted, so I have to smoke up. And I am going to take a pretty good beating here. And now I'm sitting in the cap, contested, with no support, a Mogami, and what else do we got? A Benson, contesting that. Minotaur has not moved, and if you look on the mini-map, the Missouri that was with the CV has turned around and gone all the way behind the CV. And as I pull out to put some distance between me and what appears to be a superior force, I pass the rune, who is basically just YOLOing in. And obviously he's taking fire from Angry Smoke, Torps are inbound, and I believe those are from the Mogami, and potentially even Torps from the DD. Well, actually, I take that back. He torped my smoke. So, yeah. Start off on this flank with a battleship and 2 cruisers and a CV. And very quickly, it is going to be a DD only flank. It does appear the CV did a strike against the Mogami, and there goes the rune. So now it is me, myself, and I, and the CV and the battleship, who I asked for help. The battleship in chat basically told me that that was a suicide flank with no cruisers. Well, yeah. We had 1 cruiser, but nobody supported him. And I get some nice torps on the Mogami, and I eliminate him for first... Well, not for first blood, but for a devastating strike. So now... this is kind of interesting. The CV... The red CV goes after our AFK Minotaur. And our AFK Minotaur defends himself against the torpedo strike, the torpedo bombers, and takes them all out, which is kind of funny considering he's AFK, and he will not rejoin the game for quite a bit. Oop. And speaking of the Benson, we're going to try to gun him down, although I'm pretty low. Excuse me. Get a good nice fire on him, and now we could probably gun him. We got a little bit better rate of fire than he does, and we take him out pretty quickly. Alright, so... excuse me. We are about 6 minutes into this game. Not even 6 minutes, 5 minutes into the game. I'm pretty much down to a third of my health. Got both kills. Ironically, the only 2 kills on our team. The CV and the Missouri have completely abandoned me. Minotaur is still AFK. But we're going to push into A, and if we have to take this and hold this flank by ourselves, I think we're going to do that. At this point, I'm so low, I asked the CV if he could put fighters over me, and his support has been, I don't know what the word is, limited. He's come over and he spotted in the beginning, but then he left me alone. And then I asked him for help, because if the red CV comes after me, I'm pretty much done. I mean, even if he got 1 bomb hit, I'd probably be done. So I asked him for help. He sent fighters back over. And, yeah. We got 3 kills, and they got 3 kills. We're in the process of taking the A cap. I got a slight lead right now, and the B cap, so... And when we get these 2, we can kind of establish control of the game. Now, if you'll notice, we're 7 minutes into the game, and my Minotaur just started moving. Right from the category of better late than never, I guess. But pretty frustrating when you have 4 tier 10 ships in a game on each team, and especially a valuable ship like the Minotaur. And he for whatever reason sat out the whole game, or 7 minutes of it. Might as well be the whole game. I'm gonna put some torps out. Not sure if these will even get to the Hindi, or he'll turn out because of the fighters. So I'm gonna smoke up and see if I can finish him off for the CV. The CV had a pretty good strike on him, and my guess is he burned his repair party, so my torps are going to be a complete miss, but I do land a nice fire, incapacitate some modules, but I can't stick around because I'm concerned he may have Hydra. It's hard to tell if he has Hydra or AA. He took a strike, so my guess is he's probably got Hydra. And he's blind firing after me. I can't really tangle with this Hindenburg. This thing will eat me up, especially at my health. Oh, we get our 3rd kill. And we're sitting on 45,000 damage. Not a super high damage game for sure, but considering how low health we've been, I mean, after our first encounter at A, we were about 50% health. By the time we finished off the Mogami and engaged the Benson, we're at the health that we're at right now, which is about probably 25-30% of our health, so we're pretty low still. Gotta kind of play a little passive. Maybe not passive, but at least smart. It can't be just YOLO again like our rune did in the beginning. Now our Missouri is on the other side of the map. He completely ditched us. Doesn't appear to be having too much effect in the game. I'm not really sure what everybody's doing over there, but again, there's really no need to be battling for C. So I got torps out on this Hindi, and we're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna smoke up and see if we can get a fire maybe, and never mind, he goes right into my torps and he takes 2. So that's our 2nd devastating strike. 2nd Hindenburg we took out. Always nice. Hindis are tough ships to fight in a DD, especially when they have Hydro, so getting torp hits on a Hindi is kind of like getting torp hits on a Kaba. It's just kind of nice, so hey, I'll take that. We're going to start pushing this semi-angry smoke. I don't really see much fire coming from it, but my guess is that Neptune's sitting over there, so we're going to push that. Trying to get the minnow to stay with me. He immediately started turning and going toward B. I asked him to stay with me. And you can see he's putting shots on this Neptune, but man, I'm assuming he's shooting at him, but he is. That was like 2 kilometers away. I don't even know what to say. And here his third salvo. I'm really at a loss here. I'm not really sure what he's shooting at, but that's his third full salvo. He's probably behind the island now and can't get shots. So we're gonna move up on this Neptune, keep him spotted. We lose our Z46. Our Z46 had made some comments earlier about our Missouri and his gameplay, and I more or less share his sentiment. Wasn't very impressed with the dude, and the guy was like, basically, "Oh, you're on your own. Screw you. That's a losing flank." Okay, thanks. So same thing. We're gonna pop our smoke. We are in hydro range, so if he pops hydro, I'm in big trouble. But it looks like my torps may get him. He hydros me just in time to eat a torpedo. So, yeah, that's 5 kills and 95,000 damage. Low damage, high impact. Not a lot of damage, but, you know, I took the A flank and got a solo cap on it. More or less fought 2 or 3 ships by myself and ended up finishing off another couple. So our Minotaur just got to B. He's 13 minutes into the game, and he's in the cap that we've had for probably 10 minutes. So yeah, I'm just gonna speed this up. There's really not much here. Basically, that Iowa gets taken out. Actually, I think he does get our Kerr first, or our Efter, and then he gets taken out, which leaves the CV, and kind of a race for the CV, but I'm a little bit too far out of the game to participate in this. Excuse me. So there goes our Efter, there goes their Iowa, and yeah. And there's the CV, who's running for his life, and I don't even believe we get a strike in on him, but I definitely don't. I'm way out of my gun range and torpedo range. I'm never going to get him, so I fire a couple pot shots at him just for ha-has. And that's pretty much the game right there. Excuse me. Just getting over a cold. So yeah, 600,000 credits, 95,000 damage, 2 double strikes, a Kraken, 5 torpedo hits. Not a lot of torpedo hits for a Yueyang game, but not bad. Top of the leaderboard with 2229 for base XP, about 400 above the nearest ship, which is always nice. And yeah, I made contact with 5 ships, and I took out 5 ships. That's a good day in the game. And 20,000 Captain XP, and took home 400,000 credits. Thanks for watching.